Hello students, in this video let us discuss osmosis and osmotic pressure, problems related to osmotic pressure. So see here, what is osmosis first? When a solvent and solution separated by semi-permeable membrane. So what happens here? The solvent moves into the solution through this semi-permeable membrane. That phenomena is called osmosis. And what is semi-permeable membrane here? The membrane which allows solvent molecules only through it but doesn't allow solute particles is known as semi-permeable membrane. And what are the examples of semi-permeable membrane? See here. First one is here parchment paper. This belongs to vegetable origin. And second example is here pig's gallbladder. It belongs to animal origin. Potassium ferricyanide and calcium phosphate. These are synthetic semi-permeable membranes. This allows only solvent molecules through it but doesn't allow solute particles. So like that here, the process of movement of solvent into the solution through a semi-permeable membrane is known as osmosis. And another definition here, the movement of solvent from low concentration to high concentration through a semi-permeable membrane is also called osmosis. So now here consider two solutions. This is 1m concentration, another one 3m concentration. Both are separated by semi-permeable membrane. Here the pressure 300 mm. Let us consider here 100 mm of pressure. Now what happens here? Due to osmosis, solvent moves from 1m solution to 3m solution. Now here, by applying some extra pressure, that means 200 mm of pressure, this process has been stopped. So that pressure required is known as osmotic pressure. So what is the definition of osmotic pressure here? The extra pressure required to maintain the equilibrium within the system is known as osmotic pressure, or the pressure required to stop the osmosis process, which is need to applied on high concentration side, that is known as osmotic pressure. So the pressure required to stop the osmosis process is known as osmotic pressure, that indicated with which one? Pi. Osmotic pressure indicated with which one means here pi. Okay, this is regarding definition of osmosis and osmotic pressure. And then we have to see what is the equation to calculate osmotic pressure of any solution. So what is the formula here? Pi v equals to NST. What is S here? S is solution constant. Its value is 0.0821 liter atmosphere per degree Kelvin per mole. This is similar to universal gas constant, where R is a gas constant but S is a solution constant. And another formula here, pi equals to N by V into ST. N by V is nothing but concentration. So pi equals to CST. And here number of moles can be written as weight by gram molecular weight. So this is also we can use to calculate osmotic pressure. So these are the different formulas we have to use to calculate osmotic pressure of a given solution. Okay, then after this, if two different solutions are mixed with one another, what is the osmotic pressure of resultant solution? Let us see what is that here. For example, consider here this is first solution, osmotic pressure pi 1, number of moles N1, concentration C1, and here another solution, osmotic pressure pi 2, number of moles N2 and C2 concentration. This is V1 volume, this is V2 volume. If these two are mixed, resultant volume considered as V. Therefore, to calculate that, first we have to write individual osmotic pressure formulas. So pi 1 equals to what we can write here, N1 ST by V1, pi 2 equals to N2 ST by V2. Therefore, resultant solution osmotic pressure is osmotic pressure of resultant solution pi resultant equals to N1 plus N2 ST by V1 plus V2 means we can take it as a V volume, or another formula, pi resultant equals to pi 1 V1 plus pi 2 V2 by V1 plus V2. So these are the formulas used to calculate which one osmotic pressure of a resultant solution. Okay, then what is regarding reverse osmosis? Let us go for reverse osmosis. So see here, for example, this here we have taken solvent and in this we have taken solution. If these two are separated by a semi-permeable membrane, so what happens now here? The solvent moves into which one here? Solution. Solvent moves into solution. Now, if we apply a required pressure on this solution side, so what happens here? This process has been stopped. There is no flow of solvent into the solution. And that pressure is known as which one? Osmotic pressure. But if the pressure greater than osmotic pressure applied on solution side, now what happens here? Solvent present in the solution moves towards pure solvent side. That means this is exactly reverse to the osmosis process. So this is known as reverse osmosis. So if pressure more than osmotic pressure applied on solution side, solvent present in the solution moves towards pure solvent side. This process is known as reverse osmosis. This method is used especially for the desalination of seawater. So nearby seashore cities, the water whatever available from any source is completely salt water, but it is not useful for drinking. So that's why by using reverse osmosis, that seawater is get desalinated to the pure water. That means useful for drinking water. So this is known as reverse osmosis. Okay, then after this, another important term in osmosis, what is that? Isotonic solutions. What is the meaning of isotonic solutions? The solutions for which osmotic pressure values are equal, that type of solutions are called isotonic solutions. So, if the osmotic pressure of any two solutions is equal, is equal, that solutions are called isotonic solutions. What is example here? Saline means 0.9% W by V NaCl solution is isotonic with human blood. 0.9% W by V NaCl aqueous solution is isotonic with human blood. So here blood osmotic pressure is equal to 0.9% W by V NaCl solution. Now when osmotic pressure is same, nothing but both of them having same concentration values. If pi 1 is equals to pi 2, that is nothing but C1 equals to C2, because osmotic pressure is directly proportional to concentration. So if osmotic pressure values of two solutions is same, that means concentration of the two solutions also same. Okay, then after this we have to see another one here, hypertonic solutions and hypotonic solutions. So now hypertonic solution means the solution which is having high osmotic pressure, that is known as which one? Hypertonic solution. And similarly the solution which is having less osmotic pressure, that is known as hypotonic solution. Solution with high osmotic pressure is hypertonic. Solution with less osmotic pressure is hypotonic. So one question I give here. For example, some X solution osmotic pressure value is 20 atmosphere. Now the question is it hypotonic or hypertonic? So no one can give the correct answer, because is 20 atmosphere is a high value or a low value? We can't decide now. For example, if one X person is having 20 lakhs rupees with him, will you say whether he is a rich person or poor person? No, we can't say, because if you compare with another person, then only we can say whether that X person is rich or poor. So one example here, is Mukesh Ambani is rich or poor means, okay, he is the richest person in India. But if you compare with any other some other X person, now he may not have that much of that property. So like that here, individually we can't decide whether a solution is hypotonic or hypertonic. We need to compare with another solution. We need to compare it with another solution. Now here, Y solution osmotic pressure is 1 atmosphere. Now we can easily say that X is hypertonic, Y is hypotonic. So in comparison, if high osmotic pressure is there, that is said to be hypertonic, and less osmotic pressure is there, that is said to be hypotonic solution. Okay, these are regarding hypertonic and hypotonic solutions. Okay, then after this another one is also there, plasmolysis and hemolysis. So let us see what is plasmolysis. What is plasmolysis means, when a cell is placed in hypertonic solution. When a cell is placed in hypertonic solution, what happens here? That particles come out from the cell fluid into this hypertonic solution. Some particles, some fluid come out from the cell into the hypertonic solution. So this process is called, which one here, plasmolysis. What is the general example here? When a mango pickle, a mango pickle is prepared, when a mango pickle is prepared, we know that mango pieces are put in the salt water. Salt water means nothing but salt solution. Salt solution means that is hypertonic. Now, when mango pieces are placed in a salty water, what happens here? The water present in the pieces of mango will expel outside, will come outside, and due to that reason only, in the initial days, the mango pieces in the pickle we can observe in large size, but after 6 months or more than 6 months, we can observe that decrease in the size of mango pieces. This is due to nothing but which one? Plasmolysis process. Okay. Then when a solute or when a cell is placed in hypotonic solution, reverse of this will take place, and that is known as hemolysis. What is hemolysis here? When a cell is placed in hypotonic solution, what happens here? Some particles enter into the cell from outside. Due to that, what happens here? The cell bulges and bursts out. This taken place in which one? Hemolysis process. So these are the some important terms here: isotonic solutions, plasmolysis, and hemolysis. Okay, then after this, what are the general process in which we are observing osmosis? So what are the general examples for osmosis process? So first one, if you go to that anyone, which one here, vegetable market or anything, what happens here? You can buy which one, carrots or something else. But if you place carrots for 3 or 4 days, what happens? They will become limp. That means the limp carrot, when placed in water for some time, after some time again it will get into original form. That means it will become firm. So like that, what happened here? The water present in outside enter into that carrot. So like that here, what happens? Again the carrot will become firm, and that again come back to original shape. And like that only, plants will take the water from soil through the roots. That is also one of the general observation of osmosis. And another one, edema. What means here? That fluffiness or swelling of legs due to the retention of water in the which one here, cells. And that is also one of the applications, or one of that which one observations of which one, osmosis. And also preservation of meat by salting, and also preservation of fruits by using sugar. All these come under which one? Observations of osmosis. Okay, then let us see what are the problems present in osmotic pressure. So you have to remember that formulas. From any one formula we get that problem. So see here, what is the first formula? Pi V equals to, the first formula is pi V equals to NST. Related to that, we may get to one question here. What is that question here? When 2 moles of solute placed in or present in 2 liters of solution, at 300 Kelvin, what is osmotic pressure observed? What is the osmotic pressure observed? So now using this formula here, pi v equals to nst. So pi equals to n means 2 moles, s value 0.08 enough, t value 300 divided by 2 liters. So upon this calculation we get to 24 atmosphere. So like that one can measure osmotic pressure. Okay, then another question related to osmotic pressure. What is that question here? When 5.85 gram of NaCl present in 1 liter water at 300 Kelvin, what is its osmotic pressure? So now here, what is that? Pi equals to NST by V, and N can be written as W by M. So W by M, and here I am writing V. Now what is the weight of solute? I have given here 5.85 into 0.08 into 300 divided by molecular weight of NaCl 58.5 into volume, how much we have given? 1 liter. So upon this calculation you can get which one? Resultant osmotic pressure. Okay, then another question I give here. What is that? %6 W by V X solution is isotonic with 18% W by V glucose solution. Then molecular weight of that solute is. So now here the two solutions are said to be which one? Isotonic to one another. Isotonic means nothing but their concentrations also equal. That means as pi 1 equals to pi 2, C1 equals to C2. C1 and C2 are nothing but concentrations. How you can measure the concentrations? We know that when percentage W by V is given, to calculate the concentration, that means molarity, what is the formula? 10 into percentage by molecular weight. So now here C1 means 10 into 6 by, we need to determine molecular weight, equals to 10 into 18 by molecular weight of glucose solution 180. These are get cancelled. Molecular weight equals to how much one can get? Means 60. So like that, when question given as isotonic solutions, just we have to equal their concentrations. That means C1 equals to C2. So this is another problem related to which one here? Osmotic pressure. Okay, then after that another question I give here. What is the volume? We have to determine what is the volume. Osmotic pressure of which one here? Of a 10 gram of solute. That means I give which one? That solute? NaOH. 10 gram of NaOH present in a solution at 300 Kelvin. It is showing osmotic pressure value 0.8 atmosphere. Now what is the volume of that solution? So now what is the formula we have to use here? Pi v equals to WST by M. Now here we have to determine the volume. So therefore volume equals to WST by pi m. Now what is weight? We have taken here 10 into 0.08 into 300 divided by osmotic pressure value. We have taken 0.8 into molecular weight of NaOH is 40. So 0.08 ones are 0.08 tens are 10 and 10 get cancelled. Here 0 get cancelled. 30 by 4 means what is that? 7.5 liters. So like that here we need to determine which one volume. So in case of osmotic pressure formula, by using pi v equals to NST or pi v equals to WST by m, we have to calculate any one of that values, either pi or volume or anything else. And for isotonic solutions, you have to remember that point here, C1 is equals to C2. So this is regarding which one? Osmotic pressure and osmosis. Okay, bye.